Justice. It's a word with a profound meaning, a word that carries the weight of order, fairness, and righteousness. But like many things in One Piece, justice isn't just black and white, as it might initially seem. So today, we'll deep dive into understanding justice as we take a closer look at One Piece's most controversial character, Admiral Akainu, also known as Sakazuki. Akainu is a figure who firmly believes in absolute justice, a viewpoint that leaves no room for leniency or moral grayness. Hi guys, it's you. And I love One Piece, but I hate Akainu. But today, just for today, I'll try to be as objective as possible as we break down what is justice in One Piece and as we study Akainu's character. Recall his actions during the Marineford War. His uncompromising pursuit of justice led him to kill not just Ace, our favorite hero, but even to kill his own men, if it meant to fulfill his own idea of righteousness.
本当に家族を思うちょるんなら生き恥をさらすな。
To Akainu, justice is about purging evil without exception, even if it's evil within his own ranks. His method is harsh, his conviction unwavering. He is the personification of his own philosophy, absolute, uncompromising, and unyielding. Considers Akainu's interaction with other admirals, Aokiji for example. They represent contrasting viewpoints. Aokiji's lazy justice versus Akainu's absolute justice. Aokiji's sense of justice is not actually lazy in the dictionary sense, but Aokiji learns that there is space of moral grayness, and that slowly he learns to question about the world government. Because after witnessing the tragedy of Ohara, which he played a big part into, and witnessing Robin's life, he admitted to that perhaps not following people's orders blindly from the world government and disregarding personal morality perhaps not the best way of doing things, perhaps it's not the most important things. And this led to their inevitable confrontation, resulting in Aokiji leaving the Marines and when he couldn't stop Akainu from ascending to the Fleet Admiral position. At its core, the clash between Aokiji and Akainu is not just a clash for power. It was a philosophical struggle about the very essence of justice itself. Let's also compare Akainu with other famous Marines in the series like Sengoku and Garp, both of whom have significant impacts in the One Piece world. Sengoku, like Akainu, was a Fleet Admiral, the highest rank in the Marine organization, yet their style of leadership is vastly different. Sengoku was tactical and possessed a broader perspective of justice, often weighing the greater good against the harshness of the law. Although a firm believer of the world government, he showed more flexibility as compared to Akainu, understanding that justice isn't always black and white. Then we have Monkey D. Garp, Luffy's grandfather, also known as Garp the Hero. He is a complex character who has shown both a stern commitment to his duties as a Marine, but at the same time also a deep love for his family, even when they're on the opposite sides of the world government. He embodies what I call as moral justice, preferring to do what he thinks is right rather than strictly following the law. This often puts him at odds with Akainu's more rigid form of justice.
でなければわしゃ杯を殺しているわ。
And then we have Fujitora. Fujitora represents a more compassionate form of justice, often referred as the blind justice. And as a blind man, he sees the world in a way that is not influenced by appearances or power dynamics. In the Dressrosa arc, for example, Fujitora was so hell-bent in his sense of justice that he tries to uphold it by caring for innocent people, even if it meant insubordination. Where Akainu sees the world in absolute terms of good versus evil, Sengoku Garp sees the world in gray areas. They understand the complexities of the world, where a pirate can somewhat be a hero and a marine can be a villain. From the narrative perspective, Akainu serves as a personification of the corrupt system that the Straw Hats are up against. His unwavering black and white stringent system of justice completely disregards the complexity of the world, a direct antithesis to Luffy and the Straw Hats' philosophy of freedom. Now, let's talk about the big question. Is Akainu a villain in One Piece universe? It's very easy to say yes. But to answer this question, we must first define what a villain is. In the most basic sense, a villain is someone who opposes the protagonist and hinders their progress. But is it truly the case for Akainu? There is no denying that Akainu has played an antagonistic role, notably in the Marineford War, where he not only stood as a hurdle for Luffy, but also was responsible for the death of Lucy's brother, Ace. But does playing the antagonistical role make Akainu a villain? It's a gray area, right? Especially considering One Piece's rich moral landscape where pirates can be heroes and law can be oppressors. Akainu represents the world government, an organization that is flawed and corrupt, but also maintains order in worlds of chaos. His harsh methods, although reprehensible, arise from an unwavering belief in maintaining peace and stability. We need to remember that in One Piece world, the majority of pirates are not good people. Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates are among the very rare species of good pirates. Most of the time, pirates plunder villages, destroy, and murder people. So for Akainu, the Marines is the one opposing force that maintains the world order. Contrast this with Arlong, for example, or the Flamingo, or Blackbeard, who causes suffering for personal gains. Akainu's actions, while harsh, yes, is not driven by selfishness or desire for power, but by a skewed perception of duty and justice. From a psychological perspective, Akainu exhibits this characteristic also known as the authoritarian personality. These individuals have a rigid, conventional values and show contempt for those who oppose such values. This, however, doesn't make them necessarily villainous, but it does result in a binary worldview that can cause harsh and punitive actions. So, is Akainu a villain? He is a complex character who, while playing the role of an antagonist, cannot be easily classified as a villain. His stringent adherence to justice, however flawed, points towards a character that is more of a victim of his own rigid ideals than a perpetrator of evil. But that's just my current interpretation, and as One Piece continues to unravel, we may yet to see more shades of Akaino's characters. Maybe he's evil after all, we don't know. But until then, we leave you to ponder. Villain or not, Akainu is an undeniable, compelling force in the world of One Piece. So, what do you think, guys? Akainu, with his unwavering resolve and stark view of justice, forces us to grapple with these questions. He is a mirror that reflects the worst aspects of justice, while also challenging us to consider the implications of our own values. So what does justice mean to you? Is it absolute as Admiral Akainu, or is it more complex like the vast ocean that our heroes traverse? What do you think about Akainu? Do you think he is a villain, or is he merely a flawed symbol of justice? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more in-depth analysis. Until next time!